evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bellingham Sportsplex for tonight's ACHA Pack A matchup between the Western Washington Vikings and the University of Washington Huskies. The first of two games here in Bellingham this weekend. To say these games are pivotal would be an understatement. These two teams are second and third in the Pack A. As we take a look at the standings as they stand right now, Cal Berkeley with 12 wins. They are locked in for the first seed in the Pack A. Whereas Western and UW, they're battling for that 2 seed. Western currently sits in that second spot, but UW's hot on their heels, and these are going to be pivotal matchups here this weekend as they count towards back 8 points. As the Vikings look for their first Pack 8 tournament win as a team. Carver Johnson knows a thing or two about big plays and big moments. To talk about that and more, I caught up with him pregame. Here's Carver.
Take 2, ready? All right, for Vikings hockey, I'm Cameron Riegers. I'm here with Carver Johnson. Carver, preparing for games like this, what does it do for a team like yours?
Yeah, these are 2 big games. It's a couple years coming here. We've got a pretty long-standing rivalry with UW, so we care a lot about these games. And this year we think we have the momentum it takes to bring them down. So the team's been firing on all cylinders in practice. We've really been going at it hard.
When defending a team like them, how much do you have to adjust or adapt on the fly?
A team like UW, if you give them an inch, they're going to kill you. They're so lethal. You got to really play lockdown defense and just really try not make even any minor mistakes because they will capitalize.
You recently were a participant in the Boeing Northwest Case competition. Can you talk a little bit about that experience and what that means for your future, your Take 2. Take 2, ready? All right, for Vikings hockey, I'm Cameron Riegers. I'm here with Carver Johnson. Carver, preparing for games like this, what does it do for a team like yours?
Yeah, these are 2 big games. It's a couple years coming here. We've got a pretty long-standing rivalry with UW, so we care a lot about these games. And this year we think we have the momentum it takes to bring them down. So the team's been firing on all cylinders in practice. We've really been going at it hard.
When defending a team like them, how much do you have to adjust or adapt on the fly?
A team like UW, if you give them an inch, they're going to kill you. They're so lethal. You got to really play lockdown defense and just really try not make even any minor mistakes because they will capitalize.
You recently were a participant in the Boeing Northwest Case competition. Can you talk a little bit about that experience and what that means for your future, your success going forward?
Yeah, so that was an academic competition with schools across the Pacific Northwest, including like UW Foster. A little bit of a rivalry there off the ice with the academic stuff. But we took home the win. I had a phenomenal group of 4 other members. Really just stunning academic team. Everybody pulled their weight equally. It was just a blast the entire time. We're glad to bring the trophy back to Western.
You want to shout them out?
Yeah, it's Ian Barron, Rose Gandell, Sam Nocera, and Jackson Hardy.
Awesome. Well, best of luck tonight.
Yeah.
Back upstairs.
Welcome back to Bellingham Sportsplex as the Huskies and the Vikings get set for the first of 2 games here this weekend between these 2 teams. Pivotal Pack 8 matchups, second and third. So we're going to have a ceremonial face-off as Patrick Pearson and Darren Morris are gonna do a ceremonial face-off with Victor Viking, as it is athletics night here in Bellingham. So we pay tribute to some of the sports clubs here, or the fantastic sports teams here at Western Washington University. Set to take the draw. Pearson wins it clean. And starting for the Vikings up front, it will be Patrick Pearson, Jacob James, and Tyler Chapman. On defense is going to be Ethan Secor, Cooper Hunter-Smith, and Nolan Morena. Vikings going with a little bit different of a look here tonight to start things off. Usually they start with the first line of Aaron James, Brett Brumbaugh, and Andrew Fan, but Vikings are rolling the dice. His assistant coach Jesse James told me pregame they're gonna work on the matchups here tonight. So the second line gets ready to start against the Huskies' first line of Lampman, Maloney, and Dominic Wolf. As these two teams get ready to go, Vikings in their home light blues, the Huskies in their road purples, as the puck is dropped and we are underway. Big body right away by Ethan Secord. Hunter-Smith tries to play it up to Tyler Chapman. The Vikings coming off a win in Winthrop, Washington against the Washington State Cougars 5-2. Lampman over to Maloney. Maloney with a shot. Saved there by Moreno. He covers 19:31. Left in the first period. Glad you could join us from Bellingham Sportsplex. Face-off won by the Vikings, played down there by Sawai, taken away by Andrew Fan. That's the first line out there for the Vikings. First line actually all in the top 5 in terms of points in the Pac-8. Darren Morris with the shot tipped on goal by, looks like that was Husky Jake Ferguson. Played into the Vikings zone, going to be collected by Aurelio. He swings it around, trying to find Brumbaugh. Kept in at the blue line by Morris. He gets it to Williams. Williams with the shot that's tipped by Aurelio. Huskies with some early pressure. Tipped there by Aaron James. Across the ice to Morris. A great save there by Noel Morena. Look at the whistle. Face-off one clean by Declan Quinn. Going to be swung around by Carver Johnson. We heard from him pregame. Apologies for a little bit of a technical difficulty. Tried to play that interview in full. It's going to be played by Needham for the Huskies. Good pressure there by Kyler Salete. The Cobra Kai. Played into the zone by Derek Yang. Swung around by Carver Johnson. He gets it out into the Husky zone as they recollect. First line back out there for the Vikings. Good pressure there by Aaron James down low. Try to be recollected by Secord. Couldn't quite keep it in. It goes all the way down into the Vikings end. Hunter-Smith going to swing it around to Brumbaugh. He's going to stop behind the net and turns off field. Here he comes, Brett Brumbaugh. Leads the team in goals this season. He has 24. We get a whistle. 17:34 left in the first period. Face-off won by the Huskies. They play it to Dominic Wolf. He gets it across the ice. Vikings with a bit of pressure. Aaron James with a check there. Hunter Smith, he's going to swing it all the way in. No icing. Pressuring is Aaron James. Gets going to be swung around by the Huskies. Collected by Lampman. And Aaron James is going to be called for a trip here. Vikings got to touch it up. Still got possession for the Huskies. 6-on-5 for the moment. Maloney gonna get it across to Dominic Wolf. He springs. Darren Morris gets it across the ice to Lampman. Finally touched up by the Vikings. We get a whistle. They go to the penalty kill for the first time tonight. It's Aaron James. So Aaron James to the box, but Huskies get the first power play of the night. It's going to be played over to Lampman. He gets it across to Yang. Derek Yang from Boise, Idaho. Going to be played down low by Aurelio, who tries to swing it around to Chapman. Collected by Yang. Gets it off the board to Dominic Wolf. Over to Lampman from the right circle. Drop pass off to Wolf. Across the blue line, Yang. Shot tipped there by the Huskies. Cleared all the way down by Solai. Minute 22 left in the power play for the Vikings. Or sorry, the Huskies. Here comes Lampman. He springs across the blue line. Shot tipped up there by Secord. Out of play. We get a whistle. 15:50 left in the first period. Face-off won by the Huskies. Quick shot on goal. Tipped out front by Hunter Smith. Huskies getting a lot of the early pressure, early looks here. Down there is Secord. Going to be swung around. Here's Cameron Irwin with it. Gets it to Williams. Williams from the left dot. Good block there by Hunter Smith. To be collected by Andrew Pan. Here he comes the other way. Charging is Konepka. Body there by Andrew Fan. Here comes Irwin the other way. Swings a pass to Darren Morris. Morris looking for an option. Williams going to try to chip it down to himself. Irwin. Good play out into neutral ice by Declan Quinn. 16 seconds left in the minor to Aaron James. Going to be reset behind the net by Irwin. 6 seconds. Williams across the blue line. Looking for an option. Being pestered by Declan Quinn. Out of the box. Going to try to spring a pass to Aaron James, and he gets it. He's in alone. Shot on save. It's loose underneath. Ready. And he covers. Good opportunity for Aaron James. We get a whistle. Sprung out of the box. James has 19 goals on the season, looking for his 20th. Out there to take the draw is Jacob James, brother of Aaron James. Something about Alaskan brothers on the Vikings team. A couple years ago, Brett Brumbaugh and Curtis Brumbaugh were roaming around on this Bellingham Sportsplex ice. Off the wall by Ali. He plays it down low. Going to be collected by Carver Johnson, who takes a body by Ali. To Patterson. He plays it down. Pearson going to try to get it up to Tyler Chapman. Here he comes. Chapman chips it into the Husky zone. Takes a body there. Aurelio loses an edge there. Going to be collected by Ethan Secord. Here he comes. trying to break up the ice there. Chapman going to swing it on Ready. Played down low by Patterson, going to be pestered by Aaron James. Yang. Swung back in by Fan. Off the long back out into neutral ice. Going to be collected by Secord. He gets it up to Andrew Fan. Here he comes. I have a feeling if the Vikings are going to find success this weekend, it's going to be courtesy of number 17, who leads the team. Shot on save there by Morena. He covers. Fan leads the team in points. We get a whistle. 12:56 left in the first period. Is off by Sloan. Kept in by the Huskies. Yang drops off to Uyam. And here comes Secord. Morena's seen a lot of action thus far this first period. Needham bodied down Kai Slete. Webster bodies down Konepka. Bodies flying early. Webster with the body yet again. I have a feeling this third line for the Vikings of Slate, Webster, and Quinn are going to be real tone setters. They're going to be really important during this set. Ian with the shot that sails up and wide, out of play. 12:08 left in the first period. Glad you could join us from Bellingham Sportsplex. These two teams will be back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Sure hope to see you there. Club Sports Night. Lampwood with a shot on goal, and he scores. Ben Lampman. His team leading 19th goal of the season. Gives the Huskies a 1-0 lead. He just took that shot straight off the draw. Morena didn't really see it. It went off his shoulder. Gonna be played into the zone already by Maloney. Shot saved there by Morena. Puck is behind the net, so looks like the net came off its moorings. 11:55 left. Great crowd on hand here tonight at Bellingham Sportsplex. Just eyeballing, looks like it's full to the brim. Brett Brumbaugh out down in the corner, big hit by Maloney on Brumbaugh. Body by Fan. The Vikings trying to get some pressure early. Shot, saved there by Reddy. Looks like that was Brett Brumbaugh who's checked down. But good pass there by Andrew Dan to find Aaron James with 11:32 left in the first period. The Vikings trailing 1-0. Brett Brumbaugh loses the draw. That's going to be Williams collecting behind the net. He gets it up to Darren Morris. Morris springs Wolf. Secord. And checked there by Wolf. Be collected by Hunter Smith. Here's Wolf with it. Swings it around to Andrew Fan. He tries to chip it up. Wolf to Lampman. Dropped off to Maloney. Shot saved there by Morena. Good pad stop. Here comes Secord. He gets it out into neutral ice. Going to be busting on Aaron James. Swung away by Morris. Back into the Viking zone. Maloney chips it on, trying to chip it to Andres. Williams with it. Being pestered by Antonio Aurelio. It's like Cameron Irwin into the right corner. Going to be collected by Chapman. He's going to try to swing it around to Pearson. Going to be played by Musgrave. He plays it wide intentionally. Chapman going to get it out into neutral ice. And here comes Tyler Chapman busting his way into the Husky zone. Big body there by Musgrave. Vikings try to get some sustained pressure. See if they can muster some chances here. Andres going to get it all the way down. Hustling is Irwin. No icing. Good hustle there by Cameron Irwin for the Huskies. Here's Musgrave. He plays it across. Nicholas Sawai turned over. Here's Ali. In on Morena. Shot sails wide. Huskies doing great work at pressuring the Vikings in their own zone. Two-man forecheck. Here's Kyler Slate. He tries to play it out into neutral ice. Kept in by the Huskies. Musgrave with the shot from the point. Seen all the way by Morena. He covers. 9:14 left in the first period. Noel Morena from Lake Oswego, Oregon, suburb of Portland, home of the Portland Winterhawks of the WHL. He actually backed up during the COVID bubble season. He backed up a Portland Winterhawks game. His shot is tipped on already, and Morena, no goal. The Huskies play it in, but it's waved off emphatically. Looks like the net had came off its moorings and the whistle had blown. Morena made the initial save, but there was a lot of pressure by the Huskies. So no goal. The referees are having a conversation. Willie is over there talking with Coach Matt Cleaton for the Huskies, discussing what the call is. 9:07 left in the first period. Faceoff will be to the left of Noah Morena. Won by Brumbaugh. He tries to get it to James. Sloan. Vikings trying to collect it and get some pressure in the Husky zone. Swung by Morena. Yang with it. Drop down low. He gets it to Needham. He gets it across the blue line. Konepka with the shot. Tip down goal. Rebound. It's covered by Morena. We get a whistle. Quick shot by Yang off the draw. Covered by Morena. Seen a lot of work thus far this first period. Another face-off to the left of him. Played off the glass. Here comes Pearson. Play back into the Vikings corner by the Huskies. Going to be swung around to Hunter Smith. Trying to get it off the wall to Chapman. Big body there by Hunter Smith on Yang. There's Chapman. Gonna get across the ice. Konepka. Intercepted by Secord. He goes the other way. Secord with the shot saved there by Reddy. Vikings just got to get some pressure on the Huskies. Try and hem them in their own zone for a little bit. Vikings have not beaten the Huskies since December 2021, so nearly 4 years ago. Swung around Konepka. Try to get it over to Needham. Maloney gonna swing it up to Dominic Wolf. Here he comes, busting in. Looking for an option, tries to get it out to Lampman. Good job there by Aurelio. Swinging it away. Here's Lampman. Gets it over to Morris. Morris creeps in from the left circle. Shot saved there by Morena. He covers. 7:07 left in the first period. Still 1-0 Huskies. Goal courtesy of Benjamin Lampman, his 19th goal of the season. Webster down low to Maloney. Maloney trying to play it out to Williams. Could be played by Slate out into neutral ice. Webster tries to collect it. Good pressure there by Lampman. Maloney gets it to Morris. He's going to get it back to Wolf. Huskies do a pretty good job at surveying and looking for those second options when it comes to passing. Play down low by Morris. Body there by Declan Quinn. Slate with a body on Williams, and that's going to draw a penalty. Be touched up by James, and we get a whistle. Williams down to Morris. Morris tried to one-time it. Here's Irwin with a shot that sails wide. Morris. Played by Secord. Konepka and Secord going to play it all the way down. Vikings' second PK here this period. 1-0 Huskies. Here comes William busting his way in. Gets it to Konepka from the point. Creeping in. Gets it over to Williams. Williams with the shot from the left circle that sails wide. More of a shot pass there. Here's Konepka. He drops it off to Irwin. Irwin trying to get it across. Good play there by Aaron James to intercept and get it all the way down. 1:06 left in the PK for the Vikings. Here's Dominic Wolf with it. Gets it to Maloney. Dropped off to Eum. Quick pass by Wolf. Back to Eum. Back to Wolf. Wolf with the shot. Tried to be tipped out there by Lampman. Huskies go for a lot of those tip shots, and it's good. Glad you could join us here from Bellingham Sportsplex, where the Vikings are actually 8-0. Or sorry, 8-2 this season. Only 2 losses here coming to the Cal Golden Bears. Face off taken by Brumbaugh. He wins it. To be collected by the Huskies. Wolf gonna spring a pass to Maloney, who gets it off to Eum. Pressured by Brumbaugh. Lampman down low to Maloney. Eum with the shot, saved there by Moreno. Cleared back into neutral ice by Aurelio. Here's Lampman. Pressure by Pearson. Maloney. Ian with it across to Yang. Yang with the shot that sails high and wide. Out of the box comes Kyla Slate. Pressure by Iam. And here comes Webster. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Vikings if they hurry. Webster gonna try to spring a pass to Slate. Back to full strength. Egan gets it up to Declan Quinn. Webster in neutral ice, gonna try to swing it on. Ready. Across to Patterson, we get a whistle. Gonna get a penalty on the Huskies. The Vikings will go to their first power play of the night. 3:51 left in the first period. Looks like they call Consolo. Brandon Consolo. The Vikings gonna get their first power play here. Try to tie this game up. Aaron James with the tip shot by Fan. Aaron James over to Andrew Fan. Fan gonna get it to Secord. Out to James in the slot. Shot saved there by Reddy. He covers. Aaron James has had some golden opportunities this period. Brumbaugh set to take the draw. One clean. Fan gets it to Secord. Back to Fan. Secord with a one-time chop blocked there by Ferguson. Here's Brumbaugh. Gets it to Aaron James across the ice to Secord. Secord tipped shot on Hunter Smith, and puck sails out of play. We got a whistle. 3:18 left in the first period. Tip shot by Hunter Smith. If you have the opportunity to watch his mic'd up practice from Tuesday, it's on the Vikings social media pages, Vikings Instagram. Quite the funny guy, singing a lot of songs. Here's Brett Brumbaugh. So Vikings try to get reset in the Husky zone. Andrew Fan played into the zone all the way down. Be collected by Secord. He's going to go for a little bit of a skate. Evades a bit of a check there. Played all the way down. Yet again, 2:40 left in the first period. 1-0 Huskies. Aaron James. Drop pass there by Declan Quinn. Here he comes, Aaron James. Across the Huskies blue line. Not for long. That's going to be played all the way down. Played by Morena up to Webster. Jacob James. Declan Quinn across the blue line. Huskies disrupting the passing lanes. Here's Chapman with a shot that sails wide. Jacob James. Battling with Declan Quinn. Konepka going to get it. He's going to swing it all the way around and down. Minute 57. 5 seconds left in the minor to Brandon Consolo. Out of the box he comes. Intercepted by Consolo immediately out of the box. He makes a move. Gets it to Yang. Yang going to play it down low to Sawai. Sawai going to play it up into neutral ice for Konepka. Shot on, blocked away by Morena. So Sawai. Up the ice, the Vikings come. Sawai with a shot on Ready. He's just going to cover it. Minute 18 left in the first period. Glad you could join us from Bellingham Sportsplex tonight. First of 2 games here this weekend between the Vikings and the Huskies. The first of 4 games this season. These 2 teams will meet in Seattle, Washington at Kraken Community Iceplex this January. Maloney into the Viking zone. Battling with Lamman. Lamman makes a move. Shot on by, looks like that was Dominic Wolf, and he scores. Dominic Wolf for the Huskies extends the lead. It is 2-0. Good play there by Lamman, evading a bit of a check. Cutting his way towards the net and finds Wolf back door. Here comes Aaron James. 2-on-1 opportunity. Brumbaugh gonna try to find James, and we're gonna get a penalty on the Huskies. Vikings will go back to the power play to end this period. 50 seconds left in the first period. So it looks like it's actually going to be 4-on-4. It looks like Andrew Fan had taken an extra minor. Faceoff will still be in the Husky zone. Could be taken by Brett Brumbaugh. Just missing Andrew Fan on that first line.
Huskies goal, scorer number 91, Dominic Wolf.
Darren Morris with it. Gonna drop off to Williams. We get it up to Irwin. Irwin busting in to the Husky zone. Irwin out front. Played on Morena. He covers. 31 seconds left in the first period. Good job by the Vikings to steer the puck towards Morena. Seeing a lot of action. Face off one clean by Jake Ferguson. Secord. Poke check there by Aaron James. He keeps it in the corner for Cameron Irwin. He's battling. Ferguson. Irwin. Check there by Ethan Secord. Here come the Vikings the other way. One last opportunity in this first period. Make something happen. And that'll do it. For period one. So the Huskies control the majority of the offensive opportunities in that first period, and they are rewarded 2-0 after one period of play here from Bellingham Sportsplex. You're watching Vikings hockey on the Vikings YouTube channel.
What's your favorite band?
Ooh, favorite band? Secret, what's a good band?
Band? That's a hard question.
I know. Remember my AC/DC recently, bro. Getting back into the...
Motley Crue.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I'd say Fleetwood Mac.
AC/DC?
Ariana Grande.
Modest Mouse. Oh, King Gibbs.
Motley Crue.
Metallica.
Favorite band? I have two favorite artists, Jake Paul and KSI.
I have to go with the Lumineers.
Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan over to James. Out front, he scores! Aaron James! Face off won by the Vikings. Gone to Hunter Smith. Here's Brumbaugh with Aaron James out front. He scores! Aaron James, his second of the game. Good pass there by Brett Brumbaugh. Looking for an outlet. Tries to find Aurelio. Aurelio with a shot that sails wider than that. Nicholas Sawai with another shot. And a tip out front. Now goal. Jacob James. Shot for the point by Nicholas Sawai. And Jacob James with the tip. It is 3-1 Vikings. Out of the box is Tyler Chapman. The Vikings get a power play. Here's Ethan Seekert over to James, and he scores! Aaron James has the hat trick. 4-1 Western. Off a pass there. Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan with some open eyes. Gonna drop a pass to Aaron James. James over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brent Brumbaugh. Chapman with a shot pass. Taken away by Calder. Pearson with the shot. A goal bar down. He scores! The Teddy Bear toss goal! And here come the Bears! Patrick Pearson does it again! It is 1-0 Western! Couldn't quite get clean wood on it, and it's back into neutral ice. Here's Van gonna sail it away. One last run. Secord. Secord busts in. Gets it to Chapman out front. He scores. What a pass by Ethan Secord over to Chapman. And he buries it. The Vikings have a 2-1 lead with 3 seconds left. Drew Fan with the puck. Fan makes a cut. In on goal, and it goes in. Andrew Fan. What a move. A reset. Get it to Andrew Fan. Fan over to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh trying to find James. James out front. Over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brett Brumbaugh ties the game. For the Vikings, it is 4-4. Brumbaugh has his 20th goal of the season. Just behind the play, here's Harrison Webster in the slide. He scores! Harrison Webster! Into the corner for Andrew Fan. Fan out front to Pearson. He scores! Patrick Pearson! His second goal of the night. And the Vikings regain the lead. It is 6-5. Kip James gonna steer it all the way in. Here's Harrison Webster. He plays it out to Chapman. He scores! Tyler Chapman, his second of the night. Good pass there from Harrison Webster. Sends the Vikings lead. It is 7-5. Here he comes. Shot on goal. He scores! Ethan Secord extends the Vikings lead. It is 8-6. 3:34 left in the third period. Out in the neutral ice, Webster. Brumbaugh couldn't quite get it, but that will do it. Western gets their 12th straight win. 8-6 is the final here tonight.
What's your favorite band?
Ooh, favorite band? Secret, what's a good band?
Band? That's a hard question.
I remember my AC/DC recently, bro. Getting back into this.
Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I'd say Fleetwood Mac.
AC/DC?
Ariana Grande.
Modest Mouse. Oh, King Gibbs.
Motley Crue.
Metallica.
Favorite band? I have two favorite artists, Jake Paul and KSI.
I have to go with the Luminaires.
Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan over to James. Out front, he scores! Aaron James! Face off one by the Vikings. Got into Hunter Smith. Here's Brumbaugh with Aaron James out front. He scores! Aaron James, his second of the game. Good pass there by Brett Brumbaugh. Looking for an outlet. Tries to find Aurelio. Aurelio with a shot that sails wide of the net. Nicholas Sawai with another shot. And a tip out front now. Goal! Jacob James! Shot for the point by Nicholas Sawai. And Jacob James with the tip. It is 3-1 Vikings. Out of the box is Tyler Chapman. The Vikings get a power play. Here's Ethan Seekert over to James, and he scores! Aaron James has the hat trick. 4-1 Western. Off a pass there. Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan with some open eyes. Gonna drop a pass to Aaron James. James over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Britt Brumbaugh. Chapman with a shot pass. Taken away by Calder. Pearson with a shot. A goal bar down. He scores! The Teddy Bear toss goal! And here come the Bears! Patrick Pearson does it again! It is 1-0 Western! Couldn't quite get clean wood on it, and it's back into neutral ice. Here's Secord. Secord busted. Gets it to Chapman out front. He scores. What a pass by Ethan Secord over to Chapman. And he buries it. The Vikings have a 2-1 lead with 3 seconds left. Drew Fan with the puck. Fan makes a cut. In on goal, and it goes in. Andrew Fan. What a move. A reset. Get it to Andrew Fan. Fan over to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh trying to find James. James out front. Over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brett Brumbaugh ties the game. For the Vikings, it is 4-4. Brumbaugh has his 20th goal of the season. Who's behind the play? Here's Harrison Webster in the slide. He scores! Harrison Webster! Into the corner for Andrew Fan. Fan out front to Pearson. He scores! Patrick Pearson! His second goal of the night. And the Vikings regain the lead. It is 6-5. Kip James going to steer it all the way in. Here's Harris. Welcome back for the second period of play between the Huskies and the Vikings. These two teams battling for second place in the Pac A, as you can see the standings right there. Vikings 9-3-0 in Pac A play. The Huskies 6-2 in Pac A play. So we get set for the second period of action. It'll be 4-on-4 for the next minute 10. We are underway. Huskies with a 2-0 lead. Shot saved there by Morena. Shot on by Irwin. Get a whistle. There's Williams with it for the Huskies. Looking around for Ferguson. Gets it to Williams. Williams with the shot. Tipped there by Jacob James up into the corner. Battling with Secord. Battling with Ferguson. Here's Ferguson from the right circle. Looking for Irwin. Irwin. Secord tried to intercept that pass. Here's Ferguson. It'll be played by Irwin from the left circle. Early pressure from the Huskies, and they're not even on a power play. Jacob James tries to play it back into neutral ice. He does. Collected by Hunter Smith. Here he comes the other way. Cooper Hunter Smith. In towards Reddy. Secord. Across the ice to Chapman. Didn't quite get it cleanly to him, and here comes Irwin. Out of the box is Dominic Wolf and Andrew Fan. Back to 5-on-5. Irwin over to Wolf. Wolf with the shot on goal, and he scores. Dominic Wolf. What a play there by Cam Irwin to find Wolf from the left circle. It is 3-0 Huskies. Early on in this second period, Huskies extend their lead. Continuing to pressure. That was Wolf's second goal of the game. Just like that, it is 3-0. Aaron James, quick shot on Reddy. He saves it. Covers up. Get a whistle. 18:33 left in the second. Played by Nick Sawai into the corner. There's Needham. Here's Andrew Fan around the goal, trying to find James out front. Couldn't quite get it to him. Here's Andrew Fan. Gets a cross, tipped on goal, and it's a shot on goal. Aaron James. Swung on by Andrew Fan. Aaron James gets the Vikings on the board. His 20th goal of the season. It is 3-1 Huskies. Good job by the Vikings first line, just swinging the pucks on net and cashing in. There's a bit of a conversation happening between the officials and looks like Jake Ferguson. Wonder what they are discussing. So it is a good goal. 18-16 left in the second period. 2 goals early on. Goal for the Huskies and the Vikings. It is 3-1. Way down low by Aurelio. A lot of pressure there. Here's Needham. Shot on, saved there by Morena. Played into the corner. Shot saved there by Morena yet again. Huskies just doing what they do best, swinging the puck on goal. Konepka down low, battling with Andrew Fan. Here's Fan with it. Gets it to Aurelio, loses an edge. Aaron James just trying to swing it on goal, kept in. Not for long, delayed offsides. Here comes Needham the other way. Battling with Brumbaugh and Sawai down low. Can be collected by Aurelio, stripped away by Lampman. He shoots it, saved there by Morena. Good stop there for the Vikings netminder. The face-off will be to the left of Morena. Patterson, shot tipped on by, looks like that was Ferguson. Here comes Eklund Quinn trying to play it back into neutral ice. Chip pass, Slate. Slate down low. Body there. Looks like Slate with it. Plays it around to Webster. Couldn't quite get it cleanly on goal. Good opportunity for the Vikings' third line. Jesse Deegan tipped up to Slate. Across the ice to Heiser. Here comes Patterson. Busting in. Shot saved there by Morena. He covers. Shot on by Patterson. David Patterson from Anaheim, California, home of the Anaheim Ducks, the NHL. Face off to the left of Noel Morena. Won by Ali. Kept in by Patterson. He shoots it, saved there by Morena, and that's cleaned up by Consolo. He scores. The Huskies regain a 3-goal lead. 16:24 left in the second period. Brandon Consolo extending the Huskies' lead. Here's Heiser, played off the glass. Swung back in by Ethan Secord, can be recollected by the Huskies. Pressured by Tyler Chapman, back into neutral ice. Huskies play it all the way down towards Secord. He's going to play it off the wall. Hunter Smith gets it to Chapman. Chapman across the ice to Pearson. He swings it in. Played up into neutral ice by the Huskies. They get it back into the Viking zone. To be recollected by Brumbaugh. Here he comes. Brumbaugh with a bit of pressure. Steered away by Williams. To be collected by Secor. Busts his way in. Aaron James looking for intercept there. Played by Secor, he chips it in. Upper long collected by Irwin. Trying to spring a pass to Andres. Ferguson down low, big body there on Ethan Secor. Here comes Andrew Fan the other way. Fan. Over to Aaron James. Oh, he's trying to get it. Shot tipped on goal by James, looking for his second of the period. James. Played by Williams. Over to Irwin. Irwin across the blue line. Shot tipped up, out of play. We get a whistle. 14:36 left in the second period. Glad you could join us from Bellingham, Washington. Beautiful Bellingham Sportsplex. First of two games here this weekend between the Vikings and the Huskies. These two teams will meet back here tomorrow night. 7 o'clock for Club Sports Night. Tonight is Athletics Night, so honoring some of the varsity teams here tonight. We had Victor Viking to start. Here's Carver Johnson trying to pressure Maloney off the puck. Big body there by Harrison Webster. Battling with Declan Quinn. Here's to Dominic Wolf. He has two. Shot tipped on by Lampman. The Vikings play back into the Husky zone. Not for long. Collected by Harrison Webster. Into the Husky zone. Springs a pass to Slate. Loose in the high slot there. Collected by Hunter Smith. He goes for a little bit of a tip pass. That's going to go back into neutral ice. Going to be collected by Wolf. Looking for the hat trick. Over to Maloney. Maloney from the slot. Tried to get it out front to Lampman. Shot saved there by Morena. He covers. 13:36 left in the second period. What a stop there from Noel Morena. Face-off swung all the way around by the Vikings. Try to be kept in by Pearson. Yang. Avoids a check by Secord. Good stick there by Hunter Smith. Steers it towards the wall. Ian going to pick it up. And here comes Hunter Smith the other way. Will be played all the way in towards Konepka. Yang with it for the Huskies. Gets it up to Ian. Shot saved there by Morena. Back into neutral ice. Good played by Secord. Behind the net. Pressured there by Eom. Pearson, Dominic Wolf, gonna pressure there. Steals it away. Taken back the other way by Secord. Gets it up to Jacob James. He plays it on ready. He saves and covers it with 12:32 left in the second period. These two teams met last year in October. The Huskies took both games 7-2. Shot by Brumbaugh that's tipped all the way in to the far wall. Shot by Aurelio that hits a shin pad of Lampman. Good block there by Ben Lampman. He had the first goal here tonight. Fan gonna get it up to Aaron James. Maloney. Over to Lampman. Lampman with the shot tipped on. Morena. Good pad stop there. Wolf to Maloney from the right circle. Gets it over to Musgrave. He creeps in. Shot tip out front by Maloney. Good save there by Morena. Still down in his crease. Finally up to his feet. Played by Antonio Aurelio. Dominic Wolf. Can play it over to Sawai. Maloney. Shot tip. Back by Musgrave. Musgrave. Down low to Ali from the left circle. Looking for an option. Play there by Andrew Fan, we're going to get a penalty. Looks like it's going to go against the we get a penalty on the play. Don't know who it's going against. Both teams had possession. It was a late whistle.
Huskies just took a penalty. That means your Vikings are
So the Vikings actually looks like it's going to be against Maloney. Logan Maloney from Elmhurst, Illinois. So out there to take the draw is going to be Jacob James, Declan Quinn, and Jesse Deegan, Tyler Chapman, and Harrison Webster. So power play 2 to start things off. Kept in by Chapman. Vikings try to creep their way back into this one. Chapman. Over to James. Back to Chapman. Chapman across to Webster. Webster. Sticked away, and here comes Ferguson the other way. Ferguson, shot on. Save there by Morena. Played all the way down into the Husky zone as they get it back in. Looks like that was Ferguson. Here comes Jesse Deegan. Deegan drops off a pass to Jacob James. James plays it into the corner. Williams going to play it all the way down. Minute 12 left in the power play for the Vikings. Morena's just going to play it back in the Husky zone. If he's ever given an opportunity, Morena, I think, has a good opportunity to score a goal. You can bookmark this. I think throughout his Vikings career, you will see at least one goal from Noah Morena. There, James, he plays it down low to Cooper Hunter Smith. The Vikings get their first power play unit out there, try to set something up. Here's Secord, gets it over to Andrew Fan from the left circle. Shot, tipped on goal. Aaron James tried to play it back door. Off the goal to Secord. Here's Andrew Fan, tries to get it across to Brett Brumbaugh. Secord. Played by Andrew Fan. Aaron James out front. Saved there by Reddy. He covers it. And we're going to get a whistle. The official's arm is up. Man, Aaron James, golden opportunity to get his second goal of the period. They're actually going to call, looks like Derek Yang for a penalty. So the Vikings will get a brief 5-on-3. 4 seconds left in the first minor to Maloney.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 9:15. Your Vikings are on a 2-man advantage.
Power play 1 will stay out there. They try to creep their way back in to this one. Andrew Fan wins it to Hunter Smith. Aaron James couldn't quite collect it clean. Hunter Smith, and out of the box is Maloney. Brumbaugh. Hunter Smith. Gotten to Secord. Back to Andrew Fan. Fan from the left circle. Drop the pass to Hunter Smith. He gets it across the ice to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh down low to Aaron James. Going to be pressured by Konepka. Joining the fray is Hunter Smith. It's going to be played by Maloney out front for James. Shot saved there by Reddy. Golden opportunity for the Vikings to get a power play goal here. Here comes Ethan Secord busting his way in. Shot saved there by Reddy. Good pad stops from the Huskies netminder back into the Viking zone. They clear it all the way down. Brumbaugh battling with Jacob James. Still loose in the feet there. See if they end up calling it frozen. Still still played there. Patterson plays it back into the Husky zone. Reddy gonna settle it down. Played by a high stick. Andrew Finn waved off. Ethan Secord gets it up to Harrison Webster. Gets it to Aaron James. Tries to bust his way in. Plays here by Aaron James. Battling down low. Gotten to Secord. Secord trying to swing it around to Webster. 12 seconds left in the power play for the Vikings. Ferguson trying to make a move there. Harrison Webster. That'll pretty much do it for the power play. One last rush opportunity. Taking advantage of the extra man being out. Not for long. Here comes Derek Yang. Busting his way in. Shot saved there by Morena. Good stop from the Vikings netminder. Played all the way down. 6:56 left in the second period. Dominic Wolf. Play it up to Maloney. Gone to Lampman. Lampman with the shot. Looks like that was a shin pad stop there by Chapman. Here comes Declan Quinn. Gets it up to Tyler Chapman. Chapman busts his way in. Played down towards Declan Quinn. Tyler Sote battling with Andre Shapiro. Sote. Gotten down into the corner. Carver Johnson going to play it around to Shapiro. Quinn out into neutral ice. Played by Morris. He gets it up to Williams. Fades a check from Carver Johnson. Lampman shot on. Saved there by Morena. Andre Shapiro tries to play back into neutral ice. Couldn't quite get it cleanly. Going to be played by Lampman behind the Vikings net. Try to get it to Dominic Wolf, who's looking for the hat trick. Williams tipped on Morena. It's loose out in front. Williams shot on yet another tip. Huskies going for those tip shots. Already got 2 of them here tonight. All the way down. That'll be icing. So the face-off will be to the left of Noah Morena. Declan Quinn set to take the draw. Quinn from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Gets it up to Kyler Slate. Play there by Andre Shapiro. Slate just trying to play it all the way in. They try to get a change. The Vikings try not to get taught. Here comes Derek Yang. Yang tried to get Iam. Stick there by Nicholas Sawai. Pearson going to be played all the way down. Yang busting his way in. Shot on Morena. And he covers. Good stop there. 4:47 left in the second period. Glad you could join us for Bellingham Sports Minds. Face-off won by Ferguson. Needham with the shot. Gloved there by Morena. Huskies take a lot of shots. Morena's seen quite a lot of action in this one. Shot saved there by Morena. Tripped up by Andres, and that's going to be a call on the Huskies. The Vikings will go to a power play yet again. So the Vikings will go to the power play for the fourth time tonight. They are 0 for 3 thus far. Out there to take the draw is Andrew Fan. First power play unit out there for the Vikings. Wins it to Brumbaugh. Gets it to Secord. Secord creeping his way in. Couldn't quite get a clean shot. Brumbaugh checked down by Needham. Sloan and Needham. Here's Fan. Gets it to Hunter Smith. Shot saved there by Moretti. And that's going to be played all the way down. Minute 37 left in the power play for the Vikings. A lot of open ice for the Vikings to work with, especially on the weak side. Here's Andrew Fan. He steals it away. Powering his way towards the net. Tried to find Aaron James out front. It's going to be played all the way down by Needham. Morena going to settle things down. 3:45 left in the second period. Consolo with the latest goal for the Huskies. 4-1 lead. We're going to get a penalty on the play here. Let's see what they call. So it looks like they called Needham. Duncan Needham for a hook. Faceoff will be in neutral ice. Looks like. Actually, that's the Vikings are going to take a timeout. So will we. You're watching the Vikings hockey on Vikings YouTube channel. So we're back to action here after the Vikings take a timeout. Vikings will get a 5-on-3 for the next 47 seconds. This looks like it was Needham with a hook. Aaron James trying to find Andrew Fan out front. Here's Brumbaugh. Try to swing down low to Hunter Smith. Smith out front for James. It's loose and ready. Quick to cover. Get a whistle. 3:06 left in the second period. Face off. Won by the Huskies. They get it all the way down towards Morena. Ethan Secord going to recollect it. 22 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Second 5-on-3 this period for the Vikings. They had a brief 4-second one. Here's Hunter Smith. Being pestered by Maloney. 9 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Brumbaugh battling with Maloney. Big body there by Aaron James. Out of the box is Andres. And he's going to steer up the ice. Body there by Ethan Secord. Going to be a bit of a check there. Looks like they're gonna call both guys. So it'll still be 5-on-4 Vikings. So it looks like they called Andres and Ethan Secord for roughing. So 2:21 left in the second period. It'll still be 5-on-4. Looks like it'll be Tyler Chapman out there with the first line. Jesse Deegan. Face off won by Andrew Fan. Swung around to Jesse Deegan. Gets it back to Tyler Chapman. Here he comes. Still 43 seconds left in the power play for the Vikings. Chapman gets it to Hunter Smith. He gets it down low to Andrew Fan. Fan over to Brumbaugh. Couldn't quite get it cleanly on goal. He's trying to stuff it. Couldn't quite get it, and we're going to have a whistle. The net has come off its moorings. Oh, Brett Brumbaugh, golden opportunity. Couldn't quite get clean wood on it. Pounding away at it, back door. Had about 2 or 3 golden opportunities to stuff it home. Minute 59 left in the second period. 4-1 Huskies. Aaron James set to take the draw. He's the lone goal scorer here tonight for the Vikings. He wins it, but Dominic Wolf quick off the draw. Back into the Viking zone. Here's Wolf with it. He's going to play it down low. Here comes Andrew Fan busting his way in. Ready shot saved there by Lampman, and we're going to have some action behind the play. Looks like that was Andrew Fan who collided with Zach Reddy. And here comes Hunter Smith. Busting his way in. Hunter Smith looking for an option. Gets it to Jacob James. Tips a pass to Andrew Fan. Aaron James with it. James with a shot. Tipped on goal by Jacob James. Sails up and wide. James to Andrew Fan in the corner. Back to James. Brumbaugh with the shot from the slot. Couldn't quite get it on. Minute 4 left in the second period. Shot on by Chapman. Here come the Huskies the other way. Looking for an option, played out front by Sloan. Sloan collects it, gets it to Heiser. Heiser with the shot, saved there by Morena. Johnson plays it into the corner. Over to Chapman. Here comes Derek Yang across the blue line. Looking for an option, drops it off to Patterson. Shot saved there by Morena, and that comes off its moorings. 29 seconds left in the second period. Pushing and shoving after the play. Played in by Slate. Here comes Maloney. Over to Lampman out front. Sorry, Dominic Wolf. Maloney. Over to Patterson. Pressure by Slate. Kept in by the Huskies. Not for long. The Vikings are able to get it back into the Husky zone. 6 seconds left in the second. One last shot opportunity for Webster, and that'll do it. So the period started quickly. 2 quick goals from both sides. Started off with a Dominic Wolf goal, extending the lead to 3-1. Aaron James a few minutes later. And then Brandon Consolo making it 4-1, and that is where we stand after the 2 periods of play here from Bellingham Sportsplex. We will be back in about 18 minutes from beautiful Bellingham, Washington. You're watching Vikings hockey on the Vikings YouTube channel.
What's your favorite band?
Ooh, favorite bands? Secret, what's a good band?
Band? That's a hard question.
I know. Remember my AC/DC recently, bro. Getting back into that.
Yeah, Motley Crue.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I'd say Fleetwood Mac.
AC/DC?
Ariana Grande.
Modest Mouse. Oh, King Gibbs. Motley Crue.
Metallica.
Favorite band? I have 2 favorite artists, Jake Paul and KSI.
I have to go with the Luminaires.
comes Andrew Fan. Fan over to James. Out front, he scores! Aaron James! Face off one by the Vikings. Gotten to Hunter Smith. Here's Brumbaugh with Aaron James out front. He scores! Aaron James, his second of the game. Good pass there by Brett Brumbaugh. Looking for an outlet. He tries to find Aurelia. Aurelia with a shot that sails wider than net. Nicholas Sawai with another shot. And a tip out front now. Goal! Jacob James! Shot for the point by Nicholas Sawai. And Jacob James with the tip. It is 3-1 Vikings. Out of the box is Tyler Chapman. The Vikings get a power play. Here's Ethan Seacard over to James, and he scores! Aaron James has the hat trick. 4-1 Western. Pop a pass there. Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan with some open eyes. Gonna drop a pass to Aaron James. James over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Britt Brumbaugh. Chapman with a shot pass. Taken away by Calder. Pearson with the shot. On goal, bar down. He scores! The Teddy Bear toss goal! And here come the Bears! Patrick Pearson does it again! It is 1-0 Western! Couldn't quite get clean wood on it, and it's back into neutral ice. Here's Van gonna seal it away. One last rush opportunity. Here's Secord. Secord busted. Gets it to Fiat. Chapman out front. He scores! What a pass by Ethan Secord over to Chapman. And he buries it. The Vikings have a 2-1 lead with 3 seconds left. Drew Fan with the puck. Fan makes a cut. In on goal, and it goes in. Andrew Fan. What a move. A reset. Get it to Andrew Fan. Fan over to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh trying to find James. James out front. Over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brett Brumbaugh ties the game. For the Vikings, it is 4-4. Brumbaugh has his 20th goal of the season. Just behind the play, here's Harrison Webster in the slide. He scores! Harrison Webster! Into the corner for Andrew Fan. Fan out front to Pearson. He scores! Patrick Pearson! His second goal of the night. And the Vikings regain the lead. It is 6-5. Jacob James gonna steer it all the way in. Here's Harrison Webster. He plays it out to Chapman. He scores! Tyler Chapman, his second of the night. Good pass there from Harrison Webster. Sends the Vikings lead. It is 7-5. Here he comes. Shot on goal. He scores! Ethan Secord extends the Vikings lead. It is 8-6. 3:34 left in the third period. Out in the neutral ice, Webster. Brumbaugh couldn't quite get it, but that will do it. Western gets their 12th straight win. 8-6 is the final here tonight.
What's your favorite band?
Ooh, favorite band? Secret, what's a good band?
Band? That's a hard question.
I Remember my AC/DC recently, bro. Getting back into this.
Motley Crue.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a good one.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I'd say Fleetwood Mac.
AC/DC.
Ariana Grande.
Modest Mouse. Ooh, King Giz. Motley Crue.
Metallica.
Favorite band? I have two favorite artists, Jake Paul and KSI.
I have to go with the Lumineers.
Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan over to James. Out front, he scores! Aaron James! Face off one by the Vikings. Got into Hunter Smith. Here's Brumbaugh with Aaron James out front. He scores! Aaron James, his second of the game. Good pass there by Brett Brumbaugh. Looking for an outlet. Tries to find Aurelia. Aurelia with a shot that sails wider than net. Nicholas Owai with another shot. And a tip out front. Now goal. Jacob James. Shot for the point by Nicholas Owai. And Jacob James with the tip. It is 3-1 Vikings. Out of the box is Tyler Chapman. The Vikings get a power play. Here's Ethan Seekert over to James, and he scores! Aaron James has the hat trick. 4-1 Western. Pop a pass there. Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan with some open eyes. Gonna drop a pass to Aaron James. James over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brent Brumbaugh. Chapman with a shot pass. Taken away by Calder. Pearson with a shot. A goal far down. He scores! The Teddy Bear toss goal! And here come the Bears! Patrick Pearson does it again! It is 1-0 Western! Couldn't quite get clean wood on it, and it's back into neutral ice. Here's Fan. Here's Secord. Secord busted. Gets it to Chapman out front. He scores. What a pass by Ethan Secord over to Chapman. And he buries it. The Vikings have a 2-1 lead with 3 seconds left. Drew Fan with the puck. Fan makes a cut. In on goal, and it goes in. Andrew Fan. What a move. A reset. Get it to Andrew Fan. Fan over to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh trying to find James. James out front. Over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brett Brumbaugh ties the game. For the Vikings, it is 4-4. Brumbaugh has his 20th goal of the season. Just behind the play, here's Harrison Webster in the slide. He scores! Harrison Webster! Into the corner for Andrew Fan. Fan out front to Pearson. He scores! Patrick Pearson! His second goal of the night. And the Vikings regain the lead. It is 6-5. Kip James gonna steer it all the way in. Here's Harrison Webster. He plays it out to Chapman. He scores! Tyler Chapman, his second of the night. Good pass there from Harrison Webster. Sends the Vikings lead. It is 7-5. Here he comes. Shot on goal. He scores! Ethan Secord extends the Vikings lead. It is 8-6. 3:34 left in the third period. Out in the neutral ice, Webster. Brumbaugh couldn't quite get it, but that will do it. Worcester gets their 12th straight win. 8-6 is the final here tonight. Welcome back to the third and final period of play between the Huskies and the Vikings. First of 2 games here this weekend between these two teams. These 2 teams will meet back here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Sure hope to see you there. Played all the way down for icing. Looks like, or sorry, a high stick early on. They're going to touch up. Face off won by Secord. He gets it up to Andrew Fan. He's going to try to spring a pass to Aaron James. Taken down. Big body there by Andrew Fan on Williams. Kind of gingerly making his way towards the bench back behind the play. Here comes Ethan Secord. 3-on-2 opportunity. Secord cuts his way in. Finds Fan. Fan up front for Brumbaugh. Couldn't quite get it cleanly towards the net. Shot on by Aaron James. Sails up and wide. The Vikings try to crawl their way back into this one. Hunter Smith Play down low to Andrew Fan. Taken back into neutral ice. Secord just going to steer it towards Reddy. Pat it away. In towards the corner. Konepka going to try to steer it to Antonio Aurelio. Pearson going to swing it all the way in. Antonio Aurelio, big fan of the band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I'm very fond of their song Rattlesnake. So if anybody's wanting a little bit of a listen here on this Friday evening, there you go. Face-off will be to the left of Reddy. Shot off the draw by Jacob James, sticked by Reddy up towards the glass. Chapman trying to swing it around. Kept in by Nicholas Sawai. Not for long, Cameron Irwin going to play it back into neutral ice. Good play there by Aurelio. Konepka. Stick there by Harrison Webster all the way down. No icing. Sawai gets it up to Webster. Webster over to Pearson. Pearson going to chip it all the way in. Patrick Pearson, shot on, save by Reddy. Pearson looking for an option. Ferguson going to play it around to Needham. Needham going to get it up to Cameron Irwin. Harrison Webster. Off the shin pad of Konepka. Battling with Tyler Chapman. Carter Johnson. Body there by Declan Quinn. Big hit. He's slow to get up. Big body. Declan Quinn's still on the ice. We'll take a bit of a timeout. You're watching Vikings hockey on the Vikings YouTube channel. So Cameron Irwin is in the box for the Huskies. Looks like he got an unsportsmanlike conduct call, but it's still 5-on-5. Declan Quinn made his way towards the bench. Looks like he's okay. Being attended to by the trainer. Here's Ethan Secord. Secord gets it up to Andrew Fan. Fan with a bit of a check on Konepka. Back down for Hunter Smith. Try to swing it around Yang. Try to get it out to the center of the ice. Back into the Huskies zone. The Vikings try to get on the board here in this third period. Try to cut the deficit to 2. Here's EM across the blue line. Shot on, save there by Morena. Good shoulder. Rumbaugh. The play down low to Secord. Secord tried to get it up to Andrew Fan. A few bodies there for the Huskies, intercepted. Patterson out front for Sloan. Sloan with the shot. Try to tip out front for Patterson. Couldn't quite get it cleanly. Hunter Smith going to collect it for the Vikings. Going to be a check there of Sloan. And back the other way. Here comes Hunter Smith. Going to get it out front for Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with the shot. Saved there by Reddy. Beneath the goal is Aaron James. It comes out to neutral ice. Going to be played by Andrew Fan. He's got open ice. And that's going to be whistled offsides. Some frustration from the first line. Andrew Fan played 3 seasons with the Tri-City Americans of the Western Hockey League. Not many players make the jump from the WHL to the ACHA, but for Andrew, it was the right move. And here comes Maloney in on Morena. Maloney shot saved there by Morena, but the puck finds its way in. No goal. What a save there from Noel Morena. Keeps the puck out. It looks like he kind of slid into the goal. So I was wondering if they were going to call it a goal just because of his position inside the goal, but looks like they wave it off. Good save there from number 74 for the Vikings. Williams gets it over to Morris. Huskies quick off the draw. Morris looking for an option. The Vikings kind of chasing here. Good play by Chapman. He's able to get it into neutral ice. Besting his way in is Patrick Pearson. Going to try to swing it out front for Chapman. Couldn't quite get it cleanly to him. Good body down there by Chapman. He's hurt. Making his way towards the Vikings bench. Play down low. Jesse Deegan. It's Tyler Chapman just gingerly making his way off the ice. 14:50 left in the third period. Maloney in alone on Morena. What a glove stop by Noah Morena. 14:40 left in the third period. Face off won by the Huskies. They get it down low. Hunter Smith battling with Secord. Secord? It's like he was trying to sell a high stick there. Back into neutral ice. Good pressure there by Harrison Webster. Third line for the Vikings. Doing some good damage here. Webster. Some pressure. Gotten up. Hunter Smith. Plays it towards Reddy. There's Konepka. Going to get it off the glass to Ali. Back the other way. Here comes Konepka. Peter Konepka across the blue line. Being pressured by Aaron James. Kept in by Ali. Looks like Aaron James just... his stick was flung up in the air. And here comes Andrew Fan. Drops off to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with the shot. It sails up and wide. Aaron James tried to tip out front for Fan. Fan trying to wrap around. Gets it out to Brumbaugh. Couldn't quite get it cleanly. Aurelio. Puck up in the air. Reddy. Shot by James. What a save by Reddy. And he has come to play. Both goaltenders here tonight. Morena by sheer volume. And Reddy just by the quality of saves. If you like goaltending, this is the place to be here. Down low. Fan trying to get it out front. James with a shot. Off the net. Came off its moorings there. Fan out to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with a shot. Hits, looks like the skate of James inadvertently. Kept in by Aurelio. He swings it down low to Brumbaugh. Back to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh from the right circle, looking for an option. Gets it on Ready, and he smothers it. 12:28 left in the third period. Shots 34-22 in favor of the Huskies. Face off to the left of Ready. Good sustained pressure here for the Vikings. They try to cut into this deficit. Webster. Back the other way, here comes the Huskies. Yang dangles out Deegan. Yang try to get it out front to Andreas. Moskov, and back the other way, here comes Jacob James. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Vikings. Jacob James busts his way in, shot sails wide. Good positioning by Reddy. Deegan played all the way down to Jacob James. Pressured by Musgrave. Played by Ferguson. Into the bench, and that get a whistle. Face-off will be in neutral ice. 11:52 left in the third period. 4-1 Huskies. Heiser off the wall. Try to chip out. Good play there by Hunter Smith. He keeps it in. Heiser looking for an option. Gets it up to Lampman. That goes all the way down. No icing. Lampman with it. For Andre Shapiro. Shapiro trying to play it up into neutral ice. Maloney. Ethan Secord. Good play by Heiser. Here comes Declan Quinn busting his way in. Shapiro being hounded. We're going to have a whistle and a penalty on Andre Shapiro. The Vikings will go to the PK here. They're 2 for 2 thus far. They sail it all the way down. 10:59 left in the third period. Dominic Wolf, he has 2 goals here tonight. Gonna spring a pass up to Maloney. Maloney gets it over to Yang. Yang couldn't quite get it in cleanly. Hunter Smith just gonna play it all the way down. Busting his way in is Aaron James. Being pressured by Dominic Wolf. He tries to wrap around. Wolf gets it over to Maloney. Maloney drop off a pass to Lampman. Back to Maloney. Getting to Wolf. Over to Yang. Sorry, Yang from the right circle. Shot save. Or sorry, up and wide by Yang. Really, I'll try to play it all the way down. Here's Yang with it. Gets it to Lampman. Down low. Eam with the shot. Sails wide. Dominic Wall, 50 seconds left in the minor to Andre Shapiro. Shot on. Save by Morena. Here's Yang with it. Yang looking for an option. Aaron James plays it all the way down. Vikings able to get a change. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Huskies. They reset behind their own net. Williams going to get it up to Morris. He plays it across the red line. See what the Vikings do at this end, at the end of this one. See how much pressure they're able to get. They've had some golden opportunities to start this third period. Just haven't been able to catch in, and out of the box is Andre Shapiro. Shot saved there by Morena, and he covers. 9:02 left in the third period. Glad you could join us from Bellingham Sportsplex. Needham with the shot. Saved there by Morena. What a stop. Secondary opportunity for the Huskies. He denies them. Needham. Played down low to Consolo, who has the latest goal for the Huskies. Ali over to Konepka. Played off the side of the cage. Aaron James back into neutral ice. Here comes Harrison Webster. He's going to bust his way in. Webster swings a pass to Chapman. Chapman in a lone shot on the back end, high and wide. Shot by Jacob James. Sails wide. Willie takes a bit of a tumble. Jacob James over to Chapman. Chapman trying to spring a pass to T-Court, intercepted by Consolo. Secord tried to play it back in yet again. And here comes Ethan Secord. He busts his way in. Shot sails wide. Declan Quinn swings it towards the net yet again. Takes an awkward bounce off the end board. Here comes Consolo. Good pressure there by Declan Quinn. Love to see that forecheck. Tried to get it out to Slate out front. Ethan Sandberg out there for the Vikings. Getting a shift at the end of this game. Ethan Secord. Back the other way. Here comes Hunter Smith. He gets it up to Declan Quinn. He's going to spring a pass to Slate. Slate looking for an option. Gets it around to Sandberg. Sandberg. Played by Sandberg. Shot saved there by Reddy. He covers. Shot by James. Hunter Smith shot saved there by Reddy. Having quite the game. Here's Aaron James busting his way in. Swings a pass to Andrew Pham from the right circle. Couldn't quite fade a bit of a check there. Got into Hunter Smith and back into neutral ice. Hunter Smith swings it all the way in. Gonna be played by Heiser behind the net. Patterson gonna get it up to Heiser. Gonna swing a pass to Maloney. Big body there by Ethan Secord. Maloney back to Secord. Secord off the stick there. Maloney kept in. Lampman looking for an opportunity out front. Aaron James back into neutral ice. Here's Patterson with it for the Huskies. Aaron James gets it up to Brumbaugh. Stolen away by Lampman. Stick there by Aaron James. Dominic Wolf got into Aaron James, and here he comes. 2-on-2 opportunity the other way. Drops a pass to Pearson. Pearson with the shot. Tipped up and out of play. Good skate off Heiser. We get a whistle. 6:58 left in the third period. So 6:30 left in the third period. Vikings try to claw their way back into this one. Here's Sloan with it for the Huskies. Eam gotten up to Sloan, couldn't quite get it cleanly to him. Morris with a shot that sails up and wide. Could be played by Yang. Here's Eam. Could be played by Chapman down low. Here's Darren Morris. He swings it all the way back in. He played by Aurelio. Aurelio swings it around. Shot by Morris that's almost tipped by Sloan. Could be played by Aurelio. He gets it up to Pearson, and here he comes. Patrick Pearson busting his way in to the Husky zone. James going to play it. Here comes Darren Morris, the captain for the Huskies. 2 years ago, the Huskies won the Pac-8. Shot by Eam. Saved there by Morena. Last year it was Cal. So far it's looking like those two teams are going to be the ones to beat in the Pac-8. You got to figure one way or another if the Vikings are going to find a way to win in the Pac-8 tournament coming up in this February in Cheney, Washington. They're probably going to be facing these Huskies and those Cal Berkeley Bears on the road to doing so. You got to like what you're seeing thus far this season, though. Vikings 16-4 coming into tonight, 9-3 in Pac-8 play. Jacob James gets it back into neutralize. Going to be played by Needham. He gets it off the wall. Aurelio going to collect it behind the net. Try to get it up to Aaron James. Needham going to play it back low again. Collected by Jesse Deegan. 4:47 left. Here comes Aaron James busting his way in. Good D there by Konepka. Carver Johnson with the shot saved there by Reddy. Good opportunity for the Vikings to get back into this one. Face-off won by the Vikings. Collected by Carver Johnson. Aaron James gets it out front to Brumbaugh. Tried to tip it in. Here's Andrew Fenn with it. Fenn couldn't quite drop off a pass there to Deegan. Fades a check from Lampman, and here he comes. Drops off a pass to Brumbaugh. He creeps his way in. Shot on. Saved there by Reddy. Here's Needham down low. Battling with Andrew Fenn is Maloney. Collected and brought back out by Konepka. Konepka being hounded by Aaron James. No call on the play. 3:48 left in the third period. See if the Vikings are aggressive and end up pulling Noah Morena here. They're able to get some sustained pressure. Needham. Swung around to Dominic Wolf. Wolf gotten up to Lampman. Ethan Secord. Hunter Smith going to get it up to Brumbaugh. Chips it in. 3:14 left in the third period. That'll be covered by Reddy. So the face-off will be to the left of Reddy. Hunter Smith able to keep it in. Here's Hunter Smith. Playing it in, trying to find Webster. Declan Quinn, and here comes Ali. Trying to get it up to Consolo. Ethan Secord. Vikings looking for something at the end of this game. Going into tomorrow, 7 o'clock matchup. Quicker turnaround. Secord. Actually, today. Later today, the matchup at 7 p.m. today. Ali. Consolo. Into the Viking zone, collected by Declan Quinn. Swung around to Antonio Aurelio. Gotten up to Tyler Chapman, and here he comes. Chapman across the blue line. Looking for an option, swings it on Ready. Good pad stop there. Being pressured by Pearson. Consolo gets it up to Sawai. He's going to keep it in. Here's Musgrave. Over to Yang. Yang going to get it all the way down. All the way down for icing. Minute 44 left in the third period. So the face-off will be to the left of Zach Reddy from Redmond, Washington. Played down there by Drew Heiser. Taken away by Aaron James out front for Fan. Fan looking to stuff it home. Couldn't quite get it. Reddy out front for Aaron James, and back the other way. Here come the Huskies. Here's Yang across the blue line. Gotten out to Consolo, steered away by Morena. Here's Brumbaugh. Gotten up to Sawai. Minute 15 left in the third period. Williams going to play it in. Here's Brumbaugh. Consolo takes a body, and that'll do it. For 5-on-5, we'll get Vikings will get a power play at the end of this third period.
Huskies penalty to number 7, 2-minute minor first.
Face-off will be to the left of Zach Reddy. Minute 7 left in the third period. The Vikings just try to get on the board. Here's Aaron James. He has a lone goal shot saved there by Reddy. Covers. 5 seconds off the clock. A minute 2 left. Vikings just try to get something going at the end of this one. Face-off will be to the right of Reddy. Brumbaugh, play down low. Here comes Ferguson. Up to Sloan. Being pestered by Aaron James. 47 seconds left. Cooper Hunter-Smith the other way. Here they come. 4-on-2 opportunity for the Vikings. Hunter-Smith just going to play it all the way in. Swung all the way down by Drew Heiser. 30 seconds left in the third period. Well, the Vikings sure did get their opportunities. Wasn't for a lack of trying. Sometimes you just get goalied, and that's what they got here tonight. Zach Reddy was ready for the task, no pun intended. Sure, every announcer he's ever had has made that joke, but the Vikings fall here tonight, 4-1. These two teams will meet back here tomorrow night at Bellingham Sportsplex. For producers Barbara Vicante, Bianca Fina, and Jackie Hopkins, I'm Cameron Riggers. We'll see you tomorrow night from Bellingham Sportsplex. Good night, everybody.
We'll see you then. On behalf of the Bellingham Sportsplex, your honor.
What's your favorite band?
Ooh, favorite band? Secret, what's a good band?
Band? That's a hard question.
I remember my ACDC recently, bro. Getting back into this.
Motley Crue.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I'd say Fleetwood Mac.
ACDC?
Ariana Grande.
Modest Mouse. Oh, King Gibbs. Motley Crue.
Metallica.
Favorite band? I have two favorite artists, Jake Paul and KSI.
I have to go with the Luminaires.
Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan over to James. Out front, he scores! Aaron James! Face off one by the Vikings. Gone to Hunter Smith. Here's Brumbaugh with Aaron James out front. He scores! Aaron James, his second of the game. Good pass there by Brett Brumbaugh. Looking for an outlet. Tries to find Aurelio. Aurelio with a shot that sails wide of the net. Nicholas Sawai with another shot. And a tip out front now. Goal! Jacob James! Shot for the point by Nicholas Sawai. And Jacob James with the tip. It is 3-1 Vikings. Out of the box is Tyler Chapman. The Vikings get a power play. Here's Ethan Seekert over to James, and he scores! Aaron James has the hat trick. 4-1 Western. Off a pass there. Here comes Andrew Fan. Fan with some open eyes. Gonna drop a pass to Aaron James. James over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Britt Brumbaugh. Chapman with a shot pass. Taken away by Calder. Pearson with a shot. A goal mark out. He scores! The Teddy Bear toss goal! And here come the Bears! Patrick Pearson does it again! It is 1-0 Western! Couldn't quite get clean wood on it, and it's back into neutral ice. Here's Secord. Secord busts in. Gets it to Chapman out front. He scores. What a pass by Ethan Secord over to Chapman. And he buries it. The Vikings have a 2-1 lead with 3 seconds left. Drew Fan with the puck. Fan makes a cut. In on goal, and it goes in. Andrew Fan. What a move. The reset. Get it to Andrew Fan. Fan over to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh trying to find James. James out front. Over to Brumbaugh. He scores! Brett Brumbaugh ties the game. For the Vikings, it is 4-4. Brumbaugh has his 20th goal of the season. Just behind the play, here's Harrison Webster in the slide. He scores! Harrison Webster! Into the corner for Andrew Fan. Fan out front to Pearson. He scores! Patrick Pearson! His second goal of the night. And the Vikings regain the lead. It is 6-5. Kip James gonna steer it all the way in. Sends the Vikings lead. It is 7.